Hello, everybody, and welcome to B Swarm Gaming. Yes, this is not the noob. You are not looking at the noob. No, this is B Swarm Master One. Yes, and today I got to start out by giving a couple shout outs. Yes, my friends are just growing their hives, they're progressing, they're good, doing great things. Yes, I'm very glad that I friended them. I'm glad that they're in this server. It's not my server anymore, it's our server. I go in there, and eventually they come in. We help each other out. We talk to each other. We share information, and it's my turn to share the information that they gave me. First, let's give a big shout out to Hanha Hot Wheels. I think that's how it's said. If it's not, I'm sure he's going to leave me a comment and say that I said it wrong, and hopefully I didn't insult him. Hot Wheels. Anyway, he does videos on YouTube on Hot Wheel toy cars. I'm not sure. I have to check it out. I suggest that you check it out too. Um, he's actually the person with the hive next to mine. You know, mine is the closest hive, so his is the one right next to it. I also want to give a shout out to another friend of mine who just recently got, yes, are you ready for it? Are you ready for it? He got the VB. Yes, he got the Vicious Bee. Yes, he got the bee that everybody associates with Bee Swarm. Yes, they think of Bee Swarm, they think of the bee that has the spikes. Yes, the one that's right here. Oh, I was going to point to him, and he just went right back. Yes, he was just excited, and then he went back because he was like, I know you're about to talk about me. Nope, you're not going to talk about me because I know that everybody likes talking about me. Yup, that's me. I'm Vicious Bee. Oh man, Vicious Bee is just a crazy bee. I mean, this bee can just take anything down when you level it up. All right, speaking of which, I gotta say something really quick. All right, let's do some flying around. Bees can fly, and I'm talking about the uh, the bees, not me bees. Anyway, what I wanted to say is that I got this question while I was farming, and it had to do with how do the bees get stronger? These bees, their attack stay the same. You know, and I used to wonder too. You know, I would look at the bee, and I'm like, all right, so I've got this belt that does a +1. I've got the guards that do a plus this and that. The rage does a +1. The brave bee does a +1, so on and so on. And then you kind of add it all up, and it comes out to, I'm just going to give a generic number. This bee, it's gifted. It's a 15, right? You level it up, and you look, and it's like, it's still a 15. Like, what the heck? Like, oh, well, maybe it's another level that I have to do. So you level it up again, it's still a 15. You're like, what the heck is going on? Well, you got to pay attention to other things too, such as, is it getting more powerful? Is it farming better? Is it doing what this game is meant to be? Because this is a simulator. This is a farming game, right? Now, part of the farming, obviously, is to destroy the mods on here. Now, the higher level your bee is, the better it's going to... Ooh, someone's killing Krabby. Is he bringing his Vicious Bee in there? I think he is. That's probably why he's down. Yes, this is the individual that got the VB. Yes, he's probably taking his Vicious Bee to different places just to see it. Yep, see the Vicious Bee down there? Yep, went down there and said, I'm going to let you test me out. All right, well, as much as I would want to stay there and see, we're going to get going. So, the attack stays the same, and I know that frustrates some people because they're thinking every time I level this bee up, the attack stays the same. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. The most important thing to know is that as you level up your bees, it does get stronger. I'm going to give a quick example. I'm not going to use Vicious Bee. I'm going to use my newest bee, which was Windy Bee. I started off putting Windy Bee in a 12 slot, right? Now, my highest level bee was Vicious Bee, and he stayed at a 14. I got my Windy Bee up to a 15. Now, the thing about the leveling system in Bee Swarm is they call it a bond instead of experience points. It doubles. I mean, it like literally doubles. You know, like let's say like 400,000, then it goes to like 800,000, then it's like 15 million. And I mean, it just gets crazy. But I understand it now because when Windy Bee goes in and he hits that tornado token, it's like the Wizard of Oz, man. It just rips the whole field up. It kills everything. I'll give you like an example. I went to the Ant Challenge, and Windy Bee popped his tornado token, and I had probably like 20 plus ants like down there, right? Because it just started. It had 20 plus ants, and more ants were falling down. The tornado popped, wiped out everything. When it was a level 12, I remember the same thing happening, and it reduced the health. And I was lucky that a Vicious Bee token popped up. I hit that, and it killed the rest of them. But at a 15, those more ants, the one token, killed everything. But the attack is the same. The attack is the same, but the leveling somehow makes the difference. So don't worry about the attack number. Don't worry about the attack number. Level up your bees. And I think individuals get frustrated saying the attack number isn't going up because we're so used to higher attack numbers in games, right? Saying, all right, well, this bee has a 5, so it's not as strong as this bee that has a 10. And if I keep raising the level of a bee, this should increase too. Well, when you level up a bee, the gathering is going to increase, other things are going to increase. The one thing that should increase logically would be their attack, right? Well, it doesn't. Don't worry about it. I always say what really counts in this is your crit chance and your crit power. Your power is how hard the bee hits as well as how much pollen it gathers, and your crit chance is how often it happens. Those two go in conjunction with their level as well as their attack. Okay. Also, what's very important is if it's gifted. All right, so I'm kind of done with that. This video is actually supposed to be about a question that my friend who was next to me is not here anymore. Don't know where he went. Let's do a quick drop off of whatever honey I have. Had to do with masks. Yes, there's a lot of videos about masks. People ask, what's best? What should I get first? The gummy or the diamond or the demon? What should I get first? The truth is, don't get any of those first. Those should not be your first masks. They should not. Why? Well, first, they take a lot of crafting. They're going to take you away from the prize. They're going to take you away from enjoying the game. You know, so you should go in here and you should look at things and you're like, all right, well, maybe I'll get the fire mask. All right, well, it still takes a lot of stuff. You know, 15 glue, 25 enzymes, 50 extracts, 500 strawberries. I mean, this is still like a lot of stuff. It's a lot of honey money. And then you look at what it does. Now some people say, well, it's just for the red bees. It's just for the red bees. It's just for attack. That's actually not true. The fire mask, in my view, when I first got it, I got it because I needed something to kill the snail. I actually call it the snail killer, right? I used it as a snail killer. And other than that, I really didn't use it for like anything else. It wasn't until later that I'm like, oh wow, the passive ignites really cool, and I could only use it on the demon mask if I had the fire mask. So for me, I got the fire mask because I called it the snail killer. Without it, I could not kill the snail. It actually, without it, added like hours. So it actually helps quite a bit. And how often are you going to use it just for like the red fields, right? That really doesn't happen. If you look at what it does, yes, there's increases to the instant red conversion, and there's an increase in capacity, but all the hats do that. There's flame conversion, and there's the red bee attack and all that. But other than me saying that it helped me kill the snail, um, I think there's nothing really like extra special like about it. Uh, but as a noob to mid level, you need this if you're going to fight the snail. Don't fight the snail like right away. Don't buy this hat right away. You don't need this. You don't need the fire mask right away. You do not need it. But when you're ready to fight the snail, and you should have, you know, level 11, 12 bees, you should have the right composition in your hive. This would be what you would wear to fight the snail. I call this a snail killer. You will definitely kill the snail with the right level bees, the right hive composition. You'll do it. Your first time will probably be in 18 hours, but that's okay. That's okay. Let's save the honey mask for last, because that's the one that I'm probably going to talk the most about. All right. Why it has to be on the other side and why I didn't use the blue cannon, I do not know. But that's why we got the parachute, right? All right, the blue hive. Riley. Bucko, I mean. Riley and Bucko. All right. So, well, this is only for blue bees. Riley has the fire mask. That's what for red bees. So, this is the bubble mask. The bubble mask. I don't think they could have picked a lamer name. But the bubble mask, right? Now, the passive, the bubble bombs, that is needed for the diamond. People say, I don't want to get the diamond. The diamond mask is so underrated, but I'm telling you right now, it is one of the best masks out of the three. Now, granted, there's only three, so it's either going to be in third place, second place, or first place, right? I mean, so it's a good mask, a great mask. Is it the best mask? All the masks are best, and all the masks can be pointless. It depends on what you're going to do with it, right? And if you want to do goo, you don't want the demon mask. But if you're going to fight the snail and you want a good time, you don't want the goo, you don't want the gummy mask. Anyway, so that's kind of like the point. So you go and look at the bubble mask, right? Almost the same stuff as the fire mask. It's just kind of like the opposite, meaning that it's going to focus on like the blue stuff, right? Now, I got the bubble mask primarily for the passive because I was getting the diamond mask. I never really used the bubble mask. However, if I was going to use the bubble mask, it would be because I had the tadpole bee and I had the bumblebee, and they were both gifted. And this thing uses bubbles, and bubbles collect pollen, and they also pollinate. So this would be like a pollination type of hat, where out of everything else that it does, and you could read what it does, it really focuses on bubbles, or the name bubble mask. But if you really look at it, you put the mask on, right? And we know that some of the lower tier fields, like bamboo and blue flower, I do not like the missions that say that I have to do blue flower. It is horrible. I mean, you you scratch at the flowers and it becomes bare. It's horrible. So stupid. In that I know why Anna did it because it's a challenge. It makes you buy sprinklers. I think it is one of the three fields where it says, "All right, fine, I'll go buy a sprinkler. I'll buy a sprinkler. I have to buy a sprinkler. I have to, absolutely have to, because otherwise I'm gonna have to run up and down this field. I'm gonna have to run up and down this field." In fact, someone told me that it was that field that made them buy the rake, because they were tired of running up and down the field. At least with the rake, it goes all the way down. I thought, well, that's really not a reason to buy the rake, but I understand because it is so low. It is a lower tier field, obviously, but it doesn't have any good way of farming. But this mask does, because this mask will do bubbles, and its top priority in bubbles is blue flowers, white flowers, and then red flowers. So obviously, if you have the tadpole bee and you have the bumblebee and they're both gifted, and you have this mask right here, it will do massive pollination of fields like blue flower and bamboo. This is where the mask is great. And of course, when you do get the diamond mask, the passive carries over and it just makes the diamond mask better. So that's where I would use this, is if I was going to focus on pollinating, like blue fields. Like let's say I had extra uh, blueberries and extracts and oils and glitter and stuff like that as a mid-level player. Like this wouldn't be a mask that I would just buy, like save up for, because we're going to go to the mask that I think is the overall. Because this mask right here is so special. Not like special as in you have to get it special, but special as in that the mask that we are going to see and get, well not get, but the mask that you should get other than that does what the bubble mask does in terms of pollination. Is this mask right here. It's the honey mask. Yes, the honey mask. The honey mask should be the first mask that you get because pollination is the most important thing that you do, right? You can't do anything without the honey money. It's like anything else in life. Everything starts with money. Everything. You could say money doesn't buy happiness. You know what? If I don't have any money, I'm not happy. That's just true, right? I mean, if you don't have honey money, your beekeeper's not happy, and if the beekeeper's not happy, then the bees aren't happy, and if your bees aren't happy, this game is going to stink. This right here is going to make the honey money, and it's going to make you happy, it's going to make the beekeeper happy, and it's going to make the bees happy. Why? Because it's going to level up the bees. It looks like you got to have a lot of stuff to get it, but actually not, because gold eggs, one, they're not that expensive ticket-wise, and you get them through the missions. Very quickly, I'm gonna go through this. It increases your own pollen making. Your bees make more pollen. Like all the others, the capacity of your pack increases. You get honey from tokens. More honey money, right? Of course, it increases your defense just like all the other masks. There's an increase in bee ability rate. I forgot to talk about that. All the masks have that. The bee ability rate is great. You will definitely notice that. Now what that is it means that tokens come out faster from the bees. You want that. You want that because you know how sometimes you're like waiting for a token. You're like, come on, speed token, hurry up. Well, having a mask makes those tokens come out faster. That's what it does. And then of course the passive of all passives, the coin scatter. Yes, with something like this is why you want this instead of the bubble mask when it comes to farming. Is the coin scatter. The coin scatter is, let's say your pack is starting to get full. Now you have to collect like certain tokens, but once you reach like that certain amount, it's almost like a percentage of your bag just drops all these coins, right? So it loosens your bag amount, and all these coins are out, and only you can see them. So just in case there's like another person like in the field, it's not like they can pick them up. So you scatter and you pick them up. You get all that honey money because it's instantly converted in there, and now you have more room in your bag to collect. So it's not like you're going to be out there forever because eventually you're going to collect pollen faster than the coin scatter can happen, right? But what it does is it actually increases your bag by emptying it with this passive. And if you're going to get the gummy mask, the coin scatter does go over to the gummy mask. But let's say you decide to skip this. Why? I don't know. But you get the gummy mask, you won't get the coin scatter. So you need this before you get the coin scatter. So out of the fire, the bubble, and the honey mask, personally, what I did is I got the honey mask to farm, but you got to make sure that before this you have the right farming bees. We all know like what they're. If you don't, I have other videos. You can look at the bees. You know what it is. If you have a problem at this point getting enough honey money, you need to figure things out. ask me questions, whatever. This mask right here will help you get, honey money to buy treats to level up your bees. Then as the bees are leveled up, then you can go and say, all right, now it's time to fight the snail because my bees are at 10 level minimum and 11. Okay? All right. That's when you get the fire mask and say, this is my snail killer. So basically, at that point, you're going back and forth. Honey mask, fire mask, honey mask, fire mask. And during the whole time, you're crafting. You're crafting for what? The gummy mask or the demon mask? It's up to you. It's really up to you. It depends on like where you're at, because really the crafting materials for both of those things are different, except for the glue. But everything else, I believe, is different. So it depends. But you're crafting the whole time anyway, right? I mean, that's one of the things that I do all the time is craft. I don't care if it's one enzyme or 50 red extracts. Always craft. Honey mask, I wouldn't say is the most important. I would say it's the most useful for individuals out of the 3 masks. Bubble mask is also good. It's good, and if that's what you can afford, because you don't have the golden eggs, you don't have the tickets for it or whatever. It's really up to you, because you can get good honey money with the bubble mask. None of these masks are, like sad to have. It's not like you're going to be disappointed, and it's not like you're going to regret it. So that's basically it. I call the fire mask the snail killer. I don't think you could do it without it. And I call the honey mask needed to complete some of the farming missions. All right, take care, everybody. And I gave a shout out to those 2 people, one that got the VB, and the other one with the Hot Wheels show. All right, bye.